Good evening, Outrage crew. Very pleased to be back with you. May 29th, 2019. How the fuck are we doing? Oh, had a long day of Postmates out there collecting rent shekels, ladies and gentlemen. Glad to be back with you. Hope you had a wonderful Memorial Day out there, ladies and gentlemen. Celebrating the unfortunate fallen heroes of our nation and their exploitation, unfortunately, by the deep state military industrial complex. Wasting the good human capital of this country for regime change and world policing and old cute things of this kind. What's in it for us? Oh boy, the one question the fucking straight white American male is never supposed to ask. We're asking it here on Outrage TV, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting down to the heart of the matter. What's happening in Divi? We're getting down to the heart of the cultural Marxist narrative. Here at the Outrage Commune, the Federal Outrage Commune, I'm the Federal Outrage Chancellor, Nick Jordan. All right, we're setting up, a commune for freedom, not for communism. All right, there will be no, beta helter skelter. All right, I'm a full foot taller than Charlie Manson. All right, so I recognize, the K-selected, long-term, deferral of gratification strategy to launching your commune. It's got to be based on truth. All right, it's got to be based around, not fear tactics. All right, we're the you can call me the consensual Genghis Khan. Because there's nothing involuntary about it. We're just we're riding into areas ideologically on horseback. Okay, and then we're giving speeches to the thirsty masses, thirsty for truth. And the men look up and they see the outraged chancellor and they say, "We want him to lead." And the women say, "We want to sleep with him." And we make our selections of the women and then we move on to the next area. All right, and it's all consensual, it's all voluntary. We all abide by the non-aggression principle, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what Joe Biden is doing, but it's not necessarily consensual. Did we see him, nuzzling up against another small child today? Right in front of the cameras. He just can't help himself. Oh, sleepy, creepy Joe, and just hope I can keep my hands off. And in this new Me Too era, we're gonna try real hard. And Joe, it's always been creepy to massage little girls' shoulders and nuzzle their necks. Just stop. One of the funnier things Donald Trump has done as president is to tweet out that parody video of Joe Biden sniffing his own neck in that apology video he put out on social media. So it's Joe Biden in the video he put out, defending himself against the social justice mobs there. Normally we don't agree with the social justice mobs, but there's some video evidence to what's being discussed. And Joe Biden put out that video, where he was sitting in front of a camera and talking, his fireside chat there. And then there was a meme that was made of Joe Biden creeping up behind Joe Biden, sniffing his own neck, and the president tweeted it out, ladies and gentlemen. All right, that's that ruthless outsider president that we've got there. And oh, they hate him to the bottom of their existence, don't they? And that's his number one selling point, all right, to the freedom-minded individuals of this country, to the individualists. We're tired of the collectivist horse shit. We're tired of labeling people by their skin color, their genitalia, and their sexual orientation. Get over it. It's about individualism. It's about what you have to offer. It's about your arguments. It's about what you think in your brain. It's literally what, we don't care if Martin Luther King was a serial philanderer, and cheated on his wife with 40 plus women. We don't care about that. We look at his message.
Don't make up shit.
I'm not making it up. That just broke in the news this week.
I don't talk about this.
But we look at Martin Luther King's message, ladies and gentlemen. Don't judge by the color of people's skin. You judge by the content of their character. And the left has totally abandoned that in favor of diversity and diversity quotas and, oh my God, we need inclusivity, which means excluding the straight white male. Oh, we must be inclusive. I was listening to Dave Smith's podcast today, and he was talking about they're having Milo Yiannopoulos on the Legion of Skanks, and there was these cucked out open micer comedian protesters at the Creek in the Cave in I think it's Long Island, who were just all up in arms because they were giving the Nazi Milo Yiannopoulos a platform. Oh boy. The social justice is ringing true, everyone. Oh yes, the Nazi gay Jewish man who's a gay. Is he a Jew or a Christian? I think he calls himself a Christian. He might be Jewish by lineage. All right, he's a gay Christian who has a black husband. All right, ladies and gentlemen, but he's a Nazi racist, white supremacist, because he dares to support, the fucking wrecking ball outsider president that is Donald Trump. It's so retarded. These people just NPC plug and play. We don't question the narrative. No, that's a waste of time. We run with it and try to score political points. I was listening to Colin Quinn on Nick DiPaolo's show today too, riding around listening to the podcast during my Postmates shift there. And Colin Quinn was talking about that there's going to have to be some kind of separation between the states and the state governments. And that a lot of things are going to have to go back to state government control rather than this big federal squid monster, hydra that's all trying to suffocate people under the veil of democracy, where the left just promotes democracy because they want to subvert it and bring in, third world migrants and get them to vote illegally. And so there needs to be a dissolution of this big federal state apparatus. And we need to go back to, that seems like an oxymoron, federal state apparatus. The federal government. There needs to be a breakup of it.
Oh, no.
And it needs to be fractionated back down to the states, ladies and gentlemen. That's the first step back toward getting any semblance of representative freedom, is a little more local control. It's a long way to the top if you want to be a freedom-minded individual. All right? Freedom is a multi-generational process at this point, all right, because it's a long way to get these federal institutions to, do anything that harms their own interest. They're not the public servants they claim to be, ladies and gentlemen. Instead, they would rather collectivize their power and rule over you as the government farmers over the tax cattle, ladies and gentlemen. They'd rather just siphon through your wallet and not consider your thoughts. It's way easier that way. We just do what the big banks and the special interests and the big multinational corporations, they want us to do, baby. Well, they want us to do this, and there's no fidelity to the American people. There's none of that. We don't take that too seriously. We take our connections to the Federal Reserve System and the big multinationals. We take that very seriously. Heaven is hitting her new vapor pen, all right? Vociferously.
Sorry.
She's over there on that pleasant, THC cough fit, all right?
Sorry.
The vape pen is very strong. She let me hit it earlier today, and I forgot my cup. Forgot my Starbucks cup in a Beverly Hills bathroom, ladies and gentlemen. And a nice little Starbucks plastic cup, all right, that I filled with my, hydration for the day. And now it's gone.
You lost it.
You absent-minded fuck. Left it in the bathroom in a coffee bean and tea leaf in the middle of Beverly Hills. And it was quickly picked up.
Oh, shitbags. Someone today.
But today was an overall victory. My iPhone was not charging for most of the day. And I managed to find a very affordable, very effective iPhone repair place in Melrose Avenue. Shout out to iPhone Repair on Melrose out here in Los Angeles. There was a, bad motherfucker named Ash, all right, who fixed up my charge port in 10 minutes flat. Charged me $40 and it was goddamn well worth it. The only way I have to make ends meet out here in Hollywood is this goddamn phone I'm recording on, ladies and gentlemen. If it doesn't charge, the Outrage Chancellor does not make his rent. So we saved the phone today. All right. Positive things going on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not able to get on stage as of right now. I'm looking at coming back this weekend and giving y'all some hot stand-up clips posted on the channel there, ladies and gentlemen. But for right now, I gotta use those hours to get out there and make that Skrilla out here on these LA streets. Gotta get out there and deliver them treats to the people out here in Beverly Hills, ladies and gentlemen. People up in the Hollywood Hills. And, shame on them if they decide to not tip the Outrage Chancellor, all right, in their big giant mansions. It's the least they can do when I deliver their tacos on time. My laptop is saying I have no internet. I haven't seen any chats here in a second. It still appears we're streaming. Let me know if anything is going wrong on your end, ladies and gentlemen. Because it still shows only 2 people in the chat. My internet on my laptop seems to have a problemo. We're detecting problems. We're troubleshooting. Of course, when I get the cord working perfectly and I'm wonderfully buzzed on some nice Salsa tequila from Ralph's and a Natty Light, and we're describing, we're decrypting the deep state sneak operation here. And of course, the Spectrum internet would drop out.
Let go.
Apparently, we're still streaming. The ticker is still rolling. I haven't seen any chats, which leads me to believe that I may be talking to myself, ladies and gentlemen.
Loser.
The DNS server is not responding. Well, boy.
You broke it. You broke it.
Heaven, can you do me a favor?
No, what?
Can you go to that router and unplug it and replug it?
Okay, the router's the thing with the ears. The thing with the ears is the router. This guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
What?
the skinny black cord.
Oh, come here. Oh, yes. Oh, okay.
All right, now replug.
Wait.
God damn it, that's annoying. The last 3 streams have been interrupted with some bullshit.
Maybe the government's trying to stop you. Oh.
All right, so now it shows 8 people watching. I think we just flipped over to LTE. Chat if you hear me, ladies and gentlemen. Chat if you hear the Outrage Chancellor.
Suck my dick.
I'm shouting out into the distance here.
Suck dick.
Sending out an SOS. Sending out an SOS. Putting a message in a bottle.
Words.
Message in a bottle. Did you replug it?
You are a rainbow inside of a gay man. You're ridiculous.
Rainbow inside of a gay man? That's blasphemous talk.
That's you. That's okay. You know you're faggots.
I refuse to have rainbows claimed by the gays. Rainbows are just fine for, anybody of any sexual
Of course, the gay person say
proclivity.
that. Of course.
No, we're taking back the rainbows for the patriots, ladies and gentlemen.
The Patriots. Fuck. Ew. You're not. Ew.
Don't say ooh when I say patriots.
Ew. I can't stop. That's pathetic. That's bad. I'm sad. There's certain things.
We're slowly coming back online, ladies and gentlemen. Forgive the delays. Forgive the horse shit. We're detecting problems. We're troubleshooting. Somebody wants to send me a message on Instagram that tells me that the problems are being resolved. The DNS server is not responding. It still says. What in the fuck? I see the appropriate, amount of viewers here, but I still see no chats. We're still offline. What in the fuck? All right, I guess we gotta unplug and replug this thing. Unplug and replug, ladies and gentlemen.
Fucking shit, that's the most annoying thing ever. Unplug, replug,
We need to get some goddamn connectivity to the Outrage crew, dude. I'm talking into the empty void of the internet here. It says I have 9 people watching. I can't see any goddamn comments. All right, but we're pushing through for Western civilization. We're pushing through like we've got a goddamn weight belt around our waist while we're doing our dips. We push through that rep and we growl if we have to, dude. I don't care about Planet Fitness and them saying that I'm a lunk because I growl through my reps, all right? I don't care if I scare the women and children. It's okay. All right, we got to defend Western civilization. We got to, loosen up our standards, all right, to have a little toxic masculinity be expelled into the world, ladies and gentlemen. It's good for everybody if we have a slow and steady dose of toxic masculinity because it keeps all the vulnerable people safe. But where we don't want to let toxic masculinity run wild is in the halls of power. And that's the catch-22 because they think Donald Trump is toxic, but he's actually responding to the corrupt and devious establishment.
Just don't accept it for money. Never.
God damn it.
Are you black?
Internet is not working. Why the fuck? We will figure it out, ladies and gentlemen. We will come back online. We will talk shit with the Outrage crew. If it's the last thing we do. The DNS server isn't responding. Well, go fuck yourself. I pay $75 a month for this goddamn internet on Spectrum. And they don't keep their promises. What in the fuck? Might have to just end this stream and try to come back when we have some fucking goddamn internet. This is unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, are we live? Comment if you can hear me, ladies and gentlemen. I see somebody filing into the chat here. We're being populated. The list is being populated somewhat. Chat if you can hear me, ladies and gentlemen. We're trying to reboot the stream. Get the shit working.